back in. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. In on the tackle, it was Duke Ejiofor.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early. Because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Come back.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw is Watson. Forced out to his left. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Richmond.
Watson hands this to Foreman, and he stopped immediately there. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing on third down, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And his kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board. And a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Now let's go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Black gun and I feel it. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
After the interception, here's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Richmond, Richmond.
Here's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
On second down, here's Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. He's gonna air one out. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
They begin with a run by Fournette, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Detroit! Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The Texans were penalized 124 times last year, 3rd most in the NFL, and now they come up 1st and 15.
Tiger. Come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because You don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, receiver won in a big way.
Watson. Wide open receiver complete. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A carry for Foreman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Fournette, a 1st down carry. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now back to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carlos Watkins in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Here's Foreman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Foreman's Achilles apparently back to 100% if that last run was any indication. The Texans with a 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Richmond.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Still going. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Tiger. Come back. Tiger.
Watson on first down. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Come back.
On first down, Watson. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The pitch to Fournette. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Caught here by Conley. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jaguars are back within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. So we've come upon halftime, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Operating from the gun. Watson. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Come back, come back. Richmond. Come back.
To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Detroit!
Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. Great play to come away with the football.
Tiger! Come back!
On 1st and 10, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Texans will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Over!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Gets it off to Freeman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 5, and it's a second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Keep it with Fournette on first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And this is incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was very easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Richmond. Richmond.
To throw on second is Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Foreman. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd down, here's Watson. And that's caught left side, Seals Jones with it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy complete.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Come back.
Watch twist.
From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On the toss, here's Foreman. Oh, what a move. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Come back.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Reset.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now a toss play. This is Foreman, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jags.
Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney.
Here's a give to Fournette. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They'll run with Foreman, and now running right through it. Still going. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was long.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who have gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes